Hey guys, thought I'd make a little video. I know quite a few of us had some lines get snagged on the prop, and I fell victim to that as well. So what you want to do is download a line schematic, and that'll be like from your manufacturer's website. Mine is a Dudek Snake 22. So you can see I've circled each one that had an issue. Some of them are ×2 because it happened on both sides. That'll also have all of the different line lengths and the thicknesses. And you can either go to an independent third party, like Lines in a Day or your favorite glider shop. And what you'll do is you'll send to them the line chart and the lengths, and then you'll get them cut. So I had a total of 16 that I had ordered directly through Dudek. You can get that through Paradrenalin. Or like I said, you can go through a lot of other sources. So you'll see the ones that are single will have 2 loops at the end, and the ones that are double, so ×2, these are even labeled really well. This is a AP1 ×2. You'll have the 2 loops over here and the 2 loops over there. So this is my glider, and I won't go through every single one, but I might go through one just to give you an illustration. Get this set up. It's been a couple months since I found this glider, so I'm really happy to have all the materials to repair it. I would like to start with a very simple one. I'm going to do AP1, which is on my A line. Not on this side. You can see these are fairly resilient. Quite a few of them just have the sheathing pops, but being that we sometimes fly dynamically, we don't want to leave that be. So this is one, you can see the sheathing is more or less gone, but the inner line is pretty well intact. We still don't want to take that risk. So we're going to find it by itself. We're going to isolate it. Grab your line. Here it says AP1. Line length is 4367. I assume that is millimeters. I'll just take one of the 2 twisted pairs. This one is still labeled, so I'll keep that by itself for now. So I've got one isolated and as a spare for later. let's replace the one that's busted. First thing I always like to do is kind of match them and make sure that they will be the same length. So you got this one in the malleon. I'm going to hold it right next to it, and as I go along, pull them together. And that, you can't see it, is the perfect length. So now we're going to go ahead and undo the malleon. And like a dummy, you gotta grab a tool. Let's take a look here. That's looking like a 6mm. Real simple, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. We turn it counterclockwise, we get it wide open. And make sure we take note of where on the malleon the affected one is. So this one is on the inside. We are going to keep it organized. Pull both lines off with the rubber band. Okay. Take the affected one, go all the way back. And as long as we remember that the one is on the inside, you can't really screw up the other side. So this is just gonna double back onto itself. Bring it closer so we can see here. And we do this. Push forward and wait to get a little bit of tension. Could use a pick or a tool to speed this up. I just like to not have any chance or any doubt of nicking it, especially when you're butting up against these unsheathed lines. So now we're getting a bit loose. And just pay attention to how this goes. So you got 3 lines, and you got this top one here. So what that means is when you get this loop, you're going to go through the 3 lines, up and over, and then down through the middle of them. I'm trying to show you as clear as possible. It's hard. All right. So we are going all the way. We're going to keep these 3 together. And in fact, I might get a little tool just to keep me organized. found a little tool. It's just a piece of bread twist tie. And that's just to make sure I have, it's not hypercritical, but just to make sure I have all three of these figured out. So I'm going to go from the outside to the inside, loop it over, do one twist, loop it over again on the unsheathed part, and do another twist. And what that's going to do is just keep these three, where I'll know 1, 2, 3 are always going to stay the same. So we're going to pull this old line all the way up. Now that that's coming out, you're going to pull the old line all the way off. There it goes up and over the twist tie. Remember, I'm going in through there. Heads of all these are up. Old line is out of here. Now I got my shiny brand new line. All the heads are up, passing over. One, two, three, all in a line. Go up and over. And then, it's pretty well done. Just take the other side, I loop it through, and we're good. Take my little organizer and twist tie off. Pull the sheathed lines through, keeping the sheaths as close and intact as possible. Line it up with, there's a black mark, that's going to be the tip of your loop, and just walk it down. These sheaths are meant to protect the unsheathed lines, so you have just the bit there. But by this time, pull it tight, and she's on there. That is finito. Now, we go all the way back. You got this one. And if you remember, it's on the inside of here. So you put the two together. You slip it through the washer, or the rubber band. Slip them both onto here. And by the way, these rubber bands are just there to make sure it doesn't move too much on the malleon. And I'm ready tidy. Close it with a wrench. Finished. 15 minutes or less.